Welcome to Unibek Group of Schools. At Unibek, quality standard education has been made affordable for you. In continuation of our e-learning exercise, we're going to dwell on the subject government. And our topic for today is the basic concept of government. In this lesson, there are certain things I would like my learners to have in mind. For instance, they need to know the concept of power, state the forms of power, highlight the acquisition of power, explain authority and state types of authority. To start, it's important we get the definition of power. Power, what is power? Power can be defined as the capacity to effect the behavior of another through threats or sanction. Based on this definition, you can see that power is the capacity of one to affect the behavior of another through either compelling him to do what ordinarily he would not like to do, or compelling such individual to obey certain rules. That's the definition of power. There are different forms of power, and that's what we are going to look at. Forms of power. We are going to treat these forms of power with the acquisition of power, how the powers have been acquired. We have different forms of power, which we are going to highlight some of them. Number one is political power. What is political power? Political power can be defined as power being gotten through the ballot box or during election. Political power can be gotten when you say that's how when acquisition of power, how it can be acquired. Political power can be acquired through the constitution, because in our constitution it is well enshrined or stated through constitution. Political power can be acquired through constitution. In Nigeria, we elect our leaders periodically. Every 4 years, we go to the poll to elect our political leaders, from presidents to senators and governors. These people are people that wield political power. We have several individuals that are wielding such power. We have the president, we have the governor, we have the senators, we have the local government chairman. All these people possess political power. Another form of power is economic power. How do we possess or acquire economic power? It's through the economic resources of an individual. Economic power can be acquired through resources or the amount of money an individual possesses. In Nigeria, we have several individuals that possess such economic power. We have somebody like Dangote, Adenuga, Ifeanyi Ubah. You have even the man that has the capital oil, Otedola. All these people possess economic power. With this economic power, they can be able to influence decisions in government or even government policies because of the economic power. They have enough money to even influence a group of individuals against government. That's economic power. Another form of power is military power. This kind of power can be gotten through coercion. Through coercion, that is use of force. Through the use of force. Many military men, Nigeria have had several experiences in military regime. Most of them come through the use of force or use of coup d'etat. For instance, these are some of the Nigerian leaders that have ruled this country. They came into the power through the use of force, coup d'etat, or making use of the power of warfare, which is gone. That is why they occupy some certain position. They occupy the seats of governance. Another form of power is religious power. This kind of power can be governed based on the spirituality of an individual or spiritual gifts. Spiritual gifts of an individual. In Christendom, you have many individuals that wield religious power. You have the Pope, you have the Archbishop, you have the Reverend Fathers, you have the pastors. These people wield religious powers. In Islamic affairs, we have the Imams, another clergymen that wield spiritual powers. Even in traditional institutions, you have the chief priest. All these people possess what's called their religious powers. Another form of power we are going to look at is physical power. Physical power is the kind of power that one possesses through coercion or force. For instance, most of us have been watching wrestling matches or WrestleMania. You can see many of them that possess all this macho. They build their muscles. They can use such power to compel an individual to do what ordinarily they would not like to do. Physical power can be gotten through coercion or force. Okay. There's another type of positional. Okay, that's it. Let's look at the authority. Authority. There's our next authority. What is authority? Authority. Authority can be rephrased as the formal or legal right to make and enforce laws. What I mean legal or formal, which means it is being backed up by the constitution. Authority is that formal way an individual can make policies and people will obey it. Power and authority goes hand in hand. An individual that possesses authority and a person means that there is a backup. So authority is a legal or formal right to make laws and the citizens will obey it. Let's put it down. So authority can be defined as the formal or legal right to make laws and the citizens obey it. So which means for one to make laws and the citizens obey it means that person possesses authority and authority is backed up by the constitution. There are types of authority. Types of authority. Number one is traditional authority. Traditional authority. Traditional authority is authority gotten through the customs and tradition of the people. In traditional authority, which means there's an established norms in a society or in a place for people to accept such authority. For instance, we have in our traditional area, we have the chiefs, we have the obas, we have the obis, we have the emirs, which people respect. Such individuals got the authority through traditional and customs of their people. Another one is charismatic authority. Charismatic authority. This is based on the inherent quality of an individual. There are some individuals that are well built, they have the intelligence, they have the knowledge of certain things, have the capacity to influence the decisions of others or behavior of others. Such person can be said to possess charismatic authority. You have such people like examples are like people like Jesus Christ, Nanja Zikiwe, Chief Odumegwu Ojukwu, or Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Some people can be said to possess charismatic authority. Legal authority. Legal authority are authority gotten through the constitution. The governors, we have the governors, we have the senators, we have the members of National Assembly. All these people possess what is called legal authority because it is backed up by the constitution. That makes it legal. Number 4 is delegated authority. Delegated authority is authority that is gotten from a higher body. For instance, if a governor delegates duty to his commissioner to execute, that commissioner possesses what is called delegated authority. It's based on the authority given to him by a higher authority. It is called delegated authority. Technical authority. Technical authority can be gotten through the expertise of an individual. For instance, a lawyer has the capacity to defend somebody because he has the technical ability to defend an individual in a court over a crime being committed. A doctor can do surgery because of authority he has based on his field of study. An engineer can do road because of the authority he has in that field. That's all expertise. The technical authority, that's technical authority. Another type of authority is political authority. Political authority. Political authority. Okay, political authority is gotten through the power of vote. We have mentioned earlier, political authority is such authority given to an individual because of the mandates given to him by his people. People that possess such authority are people like the governors, the local government chairman, the presidents, and the members of the National Assembly. We're not going to look at all this. Let me just mention some of the other authorities. We have positional authority. We have the coercive authority. Positional authority is based on the position of an individual. For instance, here in school, a principal possesses what is called positional authority. He can make decisions, make policies, and execute based on his position as the principal of the school. A governor can make policies and execute based on his position as the governor. Coercive authority. Coercive authority is the kind of authority being wielded by the military because of their position of weapons of warfare. So we can say to possess coercive authority. Okay, I think because of time, we're going to pause here. But I'll give you an assignment to do on this topic. First, our assignment for today. Define authority, and number 2, between power and authority. We are coming to the end of this lesson, but we continue with these basic principles of government. Thank you for choosing Unibek.